All right.
All right,
Can you
welcome
guys
back to
hear me
the
okay?
yeah, I think we can. Welcome back to the BaldAThon Leadership Series. We got Mario Smith in the house. Before we let you jump in and speak, I want to give a shout out to a good friend of ours, a good friend of this podcast, Jose Escobar. He's responsible for myself and many members of our networking community on this incredible leadership series that have been speaking today and will be speaking going forward. So, Jose, we give you a big shout out, man. Love and appreciate you, man. Thanks for your support of us and allows us to have this platform to do this today. So, definitely appreciate that. And Mario, I can't wait to hear what you got in store for us, brother. I feel like it's going to be heavy duty, man. So, let's go ahead and roll. The floor is yours, brother. Let's go.
Awesome. I just want to say I am honored to be here, honored to meet Dr. Smiley by way of Tanisha Carroll, who invited me. I am honored to be here with my other bald brothers and sisters. I'm actually going to jump right in here. I want to say God is amazing. He had me go through an experience a couple of weeks ago, not knowing that I would be invited to speak here at this wonderful event. But he is absolutely amazing. And I just want to share the experience that I had which is very timely for this occasion. So, through this experience, you'll hear exactly what I do and the company I work for. But I'm in a meeting presenting for an executive vice president, and I get an instant message. We use this messenger called Slack. I get this instant message from a postgraduate intern, and he's requesting to meet with me. And I'm doing this presentation. And in his message, he says that his manager had given him 5 names of people that he needs to meet and talk with before his time is up with our company. And I was one of the 5 names that was given. And I just want to say a quote my grandfather used to say is all closed eyes ain't sleep, meaning that you never know who's watching or where your name is going to come up in a conversation. So make sure that someone has something nice to say about you and something positive to say, because you never know when your name is going to come up. So this young man reached out to me and he said, Mr. Smith, I want to meet with you. My manager gave me your name. I only have 1 week left here. Uh, and it's very important. And I'm in the office here on Mondays and Wednesdays. And so at that time, I immediately I was like, wow, of course, this young man doesn't know, exactly who I am. He doesn't know I don't typically come into the office. He doesn't know my schedule. To put something or to try and meet with me within a week's time is usually unheard of. I'm looking at my calendar. I have a meeting with a Microsoft executive, an Amazon executive. I have other meetings lined up during this time that he wants to meet. I'm like, I typically work from home. I don't go into the office, and I'm just like, there's no way that I'm gonna, be able to make time for this intern. And immediately, I get convicted by God, and he says, God says to me, I didn't call you to be a leader out of convenience or comfort. I want to let you know that being a leader is not always convenient, but it is important. And I said, for this young man to reach out to me, for his manager, who I've only worked with maybe once or twice throughout my entire career, to let him know that I'm someone important for him to talk to before he leaves our organization. I need to figure out a way to make time for him. So I replied back to this young man and I said, I'll be able to meet you uh, on Monday of the following week at 9 o'clock. We have a Starbucks on our campus. So I made time in my schedule, blocked out some time. I met this young man at Starbucks on our campus. And so I always get to any meetings that I'm meeting, I always get there at least a half an hour early. So I get there early. I'm sitting there, I'm waiting on this young man to come. And he gets there, he sits down. I'm sitting down there with the young man, and I introduce myself. He introduced himself, and he begins to read me my resume. And he sits down, and I'm very impressed. He sits there and he says, I did my homework on you, sir. And I see that you started working at Warner Brothers Discovery in 2009, and you started as a webmaster working for the MBA and you worked your way up and you worked your way up to a developer, and then you worked your way in a product, and you started working for NCAA and then March Madness, and now you're working for Bleacher Report, and you've been here for 16 years. And he started going down all of these accolades and certifications and me going back to school, master's degree. He started going through my whole resume, and he began to just interview me for about 5-10 minutes. And we went back and forth. And at some point, he closed his company issued laptop as we were talking. And he took out his phone and he began taking notes on his phone. And he said, one of the things that I realized, and he said, I specifically saved you as the last person that I talked to. And he said, everybody else name that my manager gave me had an average tenure of work history of right around 4 to 5 years. In my typical age group, the average work tenure is around 1.5 years. But I've noticed that you've been at this organization for over 16 years. You've been through about 3 or 4 company name changes, about 4 CEOs. You've excelled every 2 or 3 years in management, 6 promotions, job positions. You've constantly progressed in your position. And you've remained within the area that you love, which is sports. And he said, I have one final question for you when it comes to leadership. And here was his question. He said, with what you've learned during your path of becoming a leader in this organization, what advice could you tell me as I start my career, because I aspire to be a leader such as you? And so this is what I told him. I said, it took me a little while to learn this. Well, first, I started out by saying, I said, look, I said, my grandfather also told me this. Free advice is worth exactly what you pay for it, especially if you don't apply it. So I said, I look at leadership as this. This is my advice. I said, leadership is a position of divine support. Let me explain what I mean by that. I said, in any position that you have, in any role, in any level of responsibility, and whatever it is that you're doing in life, I don't care if you're at McDonald's flipping fries. I don't care if you're managing 5 people or 55,000 people. I don't care if you're a CEO of your own business or company. In any level of position or role that you have, as a leader, you are there to relieve pressure. You are there to relieve pressure and support. And the higher you get in leadership should speak to the level of support that you're able to provide. As long as you keep that and understand that first, you'll always have a position. You'll always be able to generate value, and you'll always be able to make revenue and money. And what do I mean when I say divine support? Here's where I look at this as divine support. As a follower of Christ, I really believe that what I know and understand about the Bible is applicable for our daily lives. Just as Jesus Christ spent time with the Father to understand and study and build a relationship and understand the Father, he was able to duplicate what he understood and knew about the Father with the disciples, with the people that was on earth that he walked with, that he spent time with at his level. In that same way in leadership, at whatever level you are, what I understand and know as I spend time with my leaders, even in the corporate realm, I can transfer and speak to the people that's on my level in the workplace. So what do I mean by relieving pressure? If I can understand what's keeping my manager or boss up at night, if I can understand these are the things that they don't want to deal with, these are the things that are giving them problems, Those are the things that I'm going to try and learn about to relieve pressure at whatever level that I'm at. And then I can influence the people at my level that I'm at. Whatever level I'm at, I can influence the people that I'm at to help relieve that pressure. And as I grow and as I develop, as I get elevated, as I become, let's say, a people manager, that divine leadership, I'm still looking upwards to my upstream management. I'm still influencing, relieving, and supporting pressure at the level that I'm on laterally. And then I'm also looking down, supporting the people that's looking at me for leadership. And if you look at it and really think about it, it's forming a cross. It's divine support and leadership. At the end of the day, it's about the people. I think it was Brian Livingston that actually touched on this and said this. People, whatever it is that we're doing as leaders, at the end of the day, the real true treasure is people. We're supporting people. We're working with people. We're supporting people. People don't leave organizations, they leave leadership. And what we need to understand about being leaders is it's about the people. When the people know that you care about their felt needs, there's nothing that you can't get out of them. As a leader, the day people stop bringing you their problems, their issues, the day that people stop trusting you is the day that you stop being an effective leader. The day that they lose confidence that you can actually help them is the day that they feel like you don't care. And you'll lose them one way or the other. You'll either lose them mentally or you'll lose them physically. As a leader, you have to understand that organizations don't really accomplish anything. Plans don't really accomplish anything. Theories of management don't really matter. But what really matters is the people that you attract and how you lead those people to accomplish the endeavors of success.
Good stuff, man. Appreciate you, brother. That's really, really good, man. I love the stuff about character building and the idea of people knowing you and can speak for you when you're not there.
Absolutely.
That's deep stuff, man. I feel like we're missing that in today's world, man. So you definitely brought that in. I know Dr. Smiley will agree with that, man. That was fantastic stuff, man.
It was so good. I was throwing hearts up, and I want to say, I thought the shoes were going to rumble and fall off. I thought it was going to be a mic drop.
Oh, goodness. That would be crazy.
You were preaching leadership. So God bless you.
There you go. There you go.
How can folks celebrate you and find you, man?
Oh, I've been told I need to write some books. I've been told I need to write my little nuggets down, and I need to get better with social media and all of that. But I am on LinkedIn at Mario E. Smith. You can find me on LinkedIn, and I am on Facebook also at Mario E. Smith. But I'll be getting some more information out there, and I'm definitely plugged into the Dr. Smiley network at this point. So I'll be around for some future things for sure.
Can't wait to see you soon and connect with you soon. I'm excited about the opportunity.
Absolutely.
All right, man. Well, have a good weekend, man. Thanks for doing this, man. It's been fantastic. Thank you, sir.
Yep.